Justin. Bieber sitting here. Hey, have you heard of the NELK boys? They walk in. Justin looks up. He's like, oh shit, the NELK boys. They're fucking awesome. Like, I fucking love those guys.
We got a pretty crazy day today. We got to head down to Orange County. I'm gonna go see NELK's office. I want to do more of these where I actually tour creators' space, what they do, how they built what they built, ask them some questions. I haven't been down there yet. I want to go see John Shahidi.
How did this all come about? You guys have met
That Super Bowl thing?
Mayweather fight. We went to the Mayweather fight together. Do you remember the story when Bieber came on the plane?
Yeah, I want to go see the whole like full send office. I want to go see everything they're doing with Happy Dad and the merch. So just roll with us and off to meet.
So this side, pretty much from here to where I'm at.
So you guys will keep most of the Happy Dad crew in here?
Yeah, most everyone's done. They went to Kentucky.
That's nice. You have everyone like in the same spot.
Yeah, a little more quiet day because they filmed the podcast at Kyle, so a lot of people went over there. He did it out of his house, even though sometimes we film right
I
here.
didn't realize it was this big in here. Yeah, shit. So then what's over here, like beyond this wall?
Yeah, that behind there is fulfillment. Half of it's about a third of it's us, and there's another company that does fulfillment out there. But when their lease is up, we're gonna move over everything in here.
Wow. And all these offices are taken.
Yeah, that's Sammy's office.
I didn't realize you guys. So you guys fulfill and pick, pack, and ship everything out of this office.
From 2012 to 2016, I kind of like always worked with Justin. Justin always wanted someone to work for him directly, like not really go, so that's who I was. Fast forward a few years later, I'm at dinner with Justin, his wife, Haley, my fiance at the time was now wife, Renee. And Renee, it was her night off, but she worked at Catch, but it was her night off that night. But she gets all the like messages of like what VIPs are coming in and everything, and she goes, hey, have you heard of the NELK boys? I yeah. Why? She's like, oh, they're coming in. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never met them. Anyways, so I kid you not, they walk in and Justin looks up. He goes, oh shit, the NELK boys. I'm like, you've heard of them? He's like, yeah, bro, they're fucking awesome. Like, I fucking love those guys. They're Canadian and blah, blah, blah. I love it. They're so funny. And they sit down and Kyle like waves at me because we followed each other on Instagram, but we've never met. So Justin goes, oh, yo, you know him? I was like, kind of, not really. He's like, let's go say hi to him. So anyways, we go say what's up, blah, 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 and all this. And then we leave. That night, Kyle messages me. He's like, hey, man, like, nice to meet you. Like, if you're around, let's grab dinner tomorrow. And I go, oh, fuck, man. Justin's leaving out of town tomorrow. Like, I'll find the time, when he's back. He's like, no, I don't want dinner with Justin. I want dinner with you. I'm like, oh, shit. It's usually not the case when someone sees me with Justin my whole fucking life. Everyone, like, follows up. Hey, I got an opportunity for you to show him. And I'm like, fuck off. But with Kyle was like the first time. Someone's like, dude, I don't want to meet with him. I want to meet with you. And the very next day, we went to dinner. And we sat down and we were just talking about all the different things that we could do together. And one of them was an alcohol. Like, obviously we're like, yeah, let's take merch to a different level. Let's build the, remember at the time, I think that's actually how you and I first met. It was like build the paywall service.
Oh yeah, I forgot that,
yeah. So like there was that. There was supplements. There's all these different things that we could create. But the one thing was alcohol, and that's when I was like, all right, yeah, I think we got something here. So I remember I went back to Renee, my wife. She's like, how was the dinner? I was like, good. Yeah, we're gonna take the merch to another level and make it more streetwear, and we're gonna build a podcast. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do. And she goes, oh, everything you fucking said is great. I would fucking just focus on the alcohol right now. Like,
it's crazy how many people I've seen walking down the street with a case of Happy Dad. Like, I was in Palm Springs for the Creator Summit, and it was like me, Typical Gamer, and another like YouTuber, and we were walking down Main Street to go eat, and there's 4 dudes, and they each had a case of Happy Dad, and I had my hat on, and the kid was like, Happy Dad hat, and I was like, what's up, boys? And he's like, we just got ourselves. So they were like hype. Yeah. I've like never seen people walk down the street with like a can of, or like a case of Bud Light like that excited. So it's like there's definitely like this aura around the brand right now.
Yeah, I mean it helps that the products also taste good.
Yeah.
Not like, creators could drop anything at any time, but the product sucks. That's it. That episode with Jimmy just blew my mind though. Like he knew so much about us and like the brand. Like
Yeah, it's good. He has to listen to me quite a bit.
yeah, I was like, is that Reed speaking or is that Judas speaking?
He listens to me quite a bit. He's like, you guys shut the fuck up about NELK, and I'm like, you gotta go on the podcast. And he's like, fine.
I just think podcasts. One thing I've learned post-COVID is like, I mean, you saw the production on ours. It's like it's like 2 guys, 3 guys.
It's
on
lean.
camera.
Jimmy was like, this is it.
The audio guy,
Yeah,
like
it's lean.
editor.
Does the Happy Dad merch, like now that you guys sell that, has it really affected the Full Send brand and how much you guys have sold like per drop?
It hasn't really affected Full Send because Full Send's now gone into like other categories, like fitness and golf.
Yep.
A lot of the collaborations, like the Snoop collaboration, the Baby collaboration, like those went on Full Send. So like the basic Full Send stuff have dropped a little bit, like the originals, but like now we have like a fitness team that they've been crushing it. Our golf team's been crushing it. So you guys sell any merch for burgers or Feast?
We sell Mr. Beast Burger merch, but we only do it like in the retail location in New Jersey, which does really well. And then we do a little bit D2C, but not really. Yeah. It's different. I don't know. It's like kids like the brand, but at the end of the day, it's like it's a restaurant business.
Yeah.
So it like people would rather have the Mr. Beast logo.
I guess kids weren't really rocking McDonald's shirts as kids.
They
were going to
I
McDonald's.
definitely wasn't. Yeah.
But if anyone could make food merch cool, it'd be you guys.
Yeah. Jimmy sells more Feastables bars and apparel through a tweet than any other place outside of YouTube. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts doesn't even compare. If he sends a tweet out with a link and he's like, go buy this, it converts 5x of what anything else does. Yeah. The only other one that beats it is YouTube because of his main channel.
I think that's one thing with Jimmy too, is like, I think he's a cool guy. It's just like people just assume that like you have to be 10, 11, 12 years old to be a Mr. Beast fan, but like you can see from the Full Send podcast, like this dude's cool. Like,
yeah, agreed. It showed a different side of him. And then did you watch the Tiny Meat Gang one?
Yeah.
He like played an evil character. So he like played like the Mr. Beast like character that like was like blitzed out in like Balenciaga or Gucci and then was like mad at the IRS and like all this stuff. And it's just like it was a different character that nobody's seen, but it allowed Jimmy to be like this comedic version of himself that he really is in real life. Yeah. And so I think people are like, wow, Jimmy's actually cool. He's like not the kid that makes like kids YouTube videos.
Yeah. It's actually a funny story. Is 2016 I tried to buy Vine and I wanted to create like a creative network. We had some commitments to raise more if we can make the Vine deal happen. So that kind of like, so I got every Vine creator like on board, from King Badge, Logan, Jake, Lele Pons, Rudy Mancuso, Anwar Jabawi, Hannah Stocking. We were gonna all buy Vine and own Vine together. Twitter pulled out last second. I forgot her name, but some lady in business affairs was like, hey, executive team would rather just kill off Vine completely. She kind of said I forgot the way she worded it, but she almost worded it as like, if we made Vine a thing, it would actually make Twitter look bad. So
if you guys blew it back up.
If we blew it back up, but Twitter had sold it to someone else, and they said it's better off just killed off. It was $20 million is what we were trying to buy it for.
What did they end up acquiring Vine for?
I think they bought Vine. It's public. I forgot. So I think it was like $4 million or something. It was something.
That's it?
Is it a 4 or 14? It was one of those. It was like, I remember it was a 4 in it, but it was like a low number.
Yeah,
number where like we could have bought it.
I didn't remember if it was like a big number or not, but
no, it was under 20. That's for sure.
Man, the poor Vine founders, like they caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And then they just let it fizzle out, and then they sold it for a small amount of money.
Yeah. During this time, still 2016, when we were trying to buy Vine, I lived in San Francisco at the time. Yeah. And I was always flying. The first person we signed was King Batch. He was #1 on Vine.
Yeah, he was killing it.
He was killing it. He was hilarious, awesome guy to work with. Like, I loved the dude. Like, just like, it's like kind of like a mine and Kyle relationship. Like, we love working together, but we love hanging out too. Like, he's just because he's a good person. And during that time, Bieber had just moved out to Calabasas. So, that was big news because, like, they said Calabasas kicked him out. Remember, like, the neighbor and, like, driving fast in the streets, all that stuff. And he was waiting for this other house to become available on, closer to Hollywood. And so he would always stay at my place. And he would always come over. And him and King Badge, if people go back and look up Justin Bieber King Badge videos, they would make all these vines together. And then right around that time, we had just signed the other Vine creators, Rudy Mancuso and Mark Bowie. They would all come over and Justin would make Vines with them. So now amongst the whole Vine community, like, how the fuck are these guys making Vines with Justin Bieber? Well, there's this guy, John Shahidi, lives in that building and Justin's always there. So bro, I swear to you, I lived in unit 856. Next door was 854. Logan and Jake moved. Literally next door to me. Literally next door to me. My whole row was Logan and Jake, Amanda Cerny, Christian Del Grosso. And my whole row was like people rented units next to me just to make a Vine with Justin Bieber. Anyways, and that's how 1600 Vine became 1600 Vine. Just like everyone. King Batch was the first, I was the second, but then it was Bieber, and everyone wanted to make Vines with Bieber.
Newport Beach is great. The McDonald's.
I guess kids weren't really rocking McDonald's shirts.
I definitely wasn't.